Hi geeks, welcome to my channel. Today we're shopping at Trader Joe's. It is still May and there were so many new and seasonal arrivals that came in at the beginning of the month, so let's go check them out and see what there is to buy this week. I hope you all had a nice Mother's Day or celebrated your mom in some way. The stores in California had so many flowers to choose from. It was packed like it was the holidays when I went. They said it's one of the busiest times of the year, and I believe it because the checkout lines were crazy long. There's another new large insulated tote bag to add to your collection, and it has arrived in a cute peach color for the spring for $7.99. Cherry season has begun. Rainier cherries are back, along with organic red cherries, and both are $7.49 for 1 pound. Let's head to the bakery section. There's new teeny tiny strawberry rhubarb pies made for us in Canada by the same supplier who makes the teeny tiny apple pies and teeny tiny pecan pies. Each single-serve pie is filled with a bright, punchy blend of strawberry and rhubarb that's wrapped in a tender, flaky crust. They're sweet, a little tangy, also a little rustic, with a crunchy coarse sugar on top. Each box holds 4 single-serve pies that are 3 inches in diameter for $5.49. Gluten-free strawberry muffins are back. Initially, when this came out 2 years ago, I loved it, but when I tried it last year, it wasn't as good. This didn't have a strong strawberry flavor, but this year it looks like there's actual visible pieces of strawberries in it, so hopefully the strawberry flavor will be stronger this year for $5.99. The raspberry kringle is back. I've had it before and I was hoping for the balance of sweet and tart in this one, but it's really just a sweet raspberry jam flavor. It's still tasty, but don't expect any sour or tart flavors, and it's going for $9.99. At my store there was an overlap with both the raspberry and pecan kringle. Usually they only have one kringle flavor at a time, so this was a little bonus, and since I've already tried the raspberry kringle, I took this as my sign to try the pecan. And I've said this before, but I wish they offered the pecan during the fall or holiday season, which seems more appropriate, but I'm not complaining. This is definitely giving low-key pecan vibes, but in a subtle way. The filling is not overly sweet like most pecan pies, which I appreciate, and of course they always like to frost their danishes for a little something extra. Because it's so big, I like to cut it up into pieces and store it in the freezer, and whenever I get a hankering for pecan pie, this is great because I still get the flavor of pecan pie in Danish form, and it's not so heavy like eating a whole slice of pie, which is too rich unless it's a special occasion, and this is also $9.99. Chocolate mousse cakes are also back for the spring. They're so cute for $3.99. And there are new pretzel buns in the bread section made by pretzel experts out of Wisconsin who know just the right ratio of ingredients needed to get that rich mahogany color. It has a chewy consistency with a malty flavor. The flavor profile and texture make it a great match for burgers and many other styles of sandwiches, especially with uncured pastrami, cheeses, and condiments. Since these are pretzel buns, mustard is a must-have on this for $2.99. There's also new potato buns made from a traditional Pennsylvania Dutch-inspired recipe that swaps a bit of wheat flour for potato flour for extra body and a soft, moist texture. It's a style that's popular among the more elevated burger chains out there. This pairs well with especially chuck brisket and sirloin patties for $3.49. In the refrigerated section, there's a new premium beef bone-in ribeye steak for $17.99 per pound. This is rated USDA Choice Premium Beef, which means it has an origin and quality consistent with what you might find in a fine restaurant. The cowboy ribeye style makes an excellent visual presentation on the plate. Flavor-wise, this cut exemplifies the combination ribeye is famous for, which is a meaty tenderness similar to the tenderloin and a rich beefiness similar to the flank. And the coveted ribeye cap, regarded by some as the best cut on the cow, runs along the outside of this fillet, opposite of the bone. It's recommended to grill this steak, but you can also pan-sear it and finish it in the oven with great results. While it rests, melt a pat of butter with Parmesan, garlic, and herb on top, and then serve it with a side of the new roasted green vegetables, which is vegan. This includes pre-chopped cruciferous vegetables like kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, along with edamame that are all flavored with olive oil, garlic, onions, salt, and pepper. That was all roasted. Heat this up in a tray in the microwave or conventional oven. Serve and enjoy, and this is $4.99. Oakwood smoked trout fillet is also new in the refrigerated section. This is mildly smoked with a delicately flavored hardwood on a lightly salted rainbow trout that has a moist and flaky texture. It can be crumbled onto salads, used to top sandwiches or bagels, or mixed into an egg scramble. It would be a great centerpiece if you want to make a fish spread along with Trader Joe's tinned fish like the lightly smoked mussels and grilled sardines. Or you can make this into a dip by mixing it with whipped cream cheese, capers, and chopped chives and pairing it with some crackers, and this is $16.99 per pound. Also wanted to share with you the other smoked rainbow trout that Trader Joe's has, which I tried recently. I didn't expect it to be so salty and smoky, so much so that I could barely taste the trout. The salty smokiness dominated the entire flavor profile, so it really could have been any fish, to be honest. The fish was firm and it was easy to flake off pieces. I'm not sure if the skin was just for the looks, but I had to peel off the skin because it was super tough to chew. I treated it like smoked salmon and paired it with some cream cheese, and it was good, but I didn't love it, so I was a little disappointed. I'll definitely finish it, and I appreciated the texture because it was more firm, but I'll probably stick with smoked salmon next time. There's also a new Fiesta salad with shrimp. This includes a base of crisp romaine lettuce, seasoned black beans, roasted corn kernels, crunchy tortilla strips, and zesty pico de gallo, along with shrimp, and a rich and creamy poblano dressing and lime wedge to tie it all together. Add some sliced avocado, a bit of shredded cheese, hot sauce or salsa if you want to punch it up a little bit more, and this is $6.99. Caesar salad with salmon is also in the refrigerated section. This was new last year, and I wanted to say this is seasonal, but I'm not sure because I don't buy pre-packaged salads like I used to because they're so pricey now, but I still like to get some here and there when I know I'm going to have a busy week. I wasn't sure whether to try this because of the pre-made salad. I was a little hesitant to try this because of the pre-made salmon, and I wasn't sure if it would taste fishy or not, but this was actually really good and tasted fresh, and even though it didn't look like there were that many salmon pieces, I didn't feel like they skimped out when I was eating it. The crumbles are a cheesy, savory flavor, and they include a lemon wedge to brighten up the salad and a nice creamy Caesar dressing. I would get this again for $6.99. Mango jicama slaw with lime mango vinaigrette is also back. This is great as a side salad or to add to fish tacos for a little crunch and sweetness, and this is $5.49. There's a new spicy mango habanero guacamole made by a Mexican supplier that acquires Hass variety avocados from nearby farms and scoops them by hand to create the creamy and delicious guacamole base. Then there's added golden mango chunks, which provide a little sweetness. The spicy flavor comes from the jalapeno peppers and habanero pepper puree, and the sweet and spicy components are complemented by some fresh ingredients, including onion, red bell pepper, and cilantro. Pair this with tortilla chips, quesadillas, burritos, and tacos, and this is $3.49. Moving over to these cheese section, there's a new cheese of the month, Milton Creamery Morning Harvest Cheese. Milton Creamery is owned by the Musser family and located amid the rolling hills, lush woodlands, and fertile soil of southern Iowa. Like all really good cheeses, this begins with exceptional milk. It's sourced only from small dairy farms, no more than 120 milking cows, and it's all located within a 30-mile radius of the creamery. They add proprietary cultures to that fresh milk, yielding cheddar-style curds. Those curds are then pressed into blocks and carefully aged for at least 7 months. This artisanal process yields a firm yet sliceable cheese with a pleasant fruity aroma and creamy texture. The first bite delivers notes of buttered popcorn with an unexpected subtle sweetness that gently lingers for $4.99. Taco Gouda is also back. This is great to shred and have on tacos or add to burritos or make quesadillas with for $12.49 per pound. I am so excited for the new crunchy chili onion Toscano cheese. The savory, spicy umami flavor of the iconic crunchy chili onion is now being paired with the crumbly texture of Toscano cheese that has cheddar Parmesan-like notes. This would be great in a quesadilla or crumbled over the elote chopped salad mix or melting over roasted potatoes. I had to try it because I love the Chardonnay-soaked Toscano cheese, which comes out during the holidays. I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't my favorite. It was a typical Toscano cheese, which is delicious, but the crunchy chili onion was seriously lacking. It would have been better if it was infused throughout the cheese, but it was just on the rind on one edge of the cheese. This will be offered May through June for $11.99 per pound. Garlic bread cheese is also back. You can grill this up and cut it into sticks and dip it into marinara sauce for $4.29. Halloumi cheese, another grilled cheese option, is back. You can grill it, bake it, or air fry it, and it doesn't melt. If you like a salty, dense cheese, this is worth a try for $5.99. Green Goddess Gouda is also back. This Gouda is actually a blend of two Goudas. One is mild and one that's aged and a bit sharper. The base is blended with a pesto that includes olive oil, avocado oil, onion powder, and several dried alliums and herbs like minced garlic, scallions, chives, basil, and parsley. It's herby, smooth, and nutty for $9.49 per pound. There's a new roasted tomato lebned, a style of strange yogurt that's very similar to what we might more commonly call Greek style yogurt here in the States. It's creamy, tangy, and a little cheesy. This combines lebned's signature tanginess and smooth texture with aromatic herbs and sweet roasted tomatoes in one dip. Pair this with pita chips, carrots, or cucumbers, and even French fries. Try spreading it on a sandwich, a falafel wrap, or a lavash wrap, or even just a slice of sourdough toast. Or you can add a dollop to salads, hearty grain bowls, or tomato-based soups. It's a tart, cheesy, herby, full-flavored dip for $3.49. Peaches and cream cheese is also back. This sounds delicious and something you would use for dessert. Let me know what you would pair this with for $2.79. There's also new parsley crackers. This is made in Italy by a supplier who specializes in crackers topped with herbs and spices. The base biscuits are made with malted flour, which is essentially wheat grains that have been soaked until they begin to sprout before they are finely dried and milled. This process creates a slightly sweet, nutty flavor to whatever you bake it with. The natural malted flavor is balanced with salt and sugar and paired with garlic and topped with a generous sprinkling of parsley before baking. I was so glad I got to sample it. This was a sturdy, dense cracker, which I really liked, but the malt flavor mixed with the herby parsley flavor almost made it taste soapy to me for $2.49. There's new skipjack tuna fillets in olive oil. They're made by a supplier in Tunisia who sources their skipjack tuna in the Mediterranean, which is caught using sustainable pull and line fishing methods to reduce bycatch. The loin of the tuna is cut into long, flat fillets, then lightly salted, cooked, and packed in olive oil so that they're ready to be used however way you want right out of the tin. You can use this like regular canned tuna on tuna salads, melts, and casseroles, and in more elevated instances like charcuterie boards on pasta primavera or in a niçoise salad. The firm, flakeable texture and mild flavor make them a great choice to serve on a cracker or crostini for $3.99. There's also anchovy fillets in olive oil, another simple, minimal ingredient, healthy tin fish option for $1.79. Lemon pesto is also back for the spring and summer. I know a lot of people love this sauce and I thought I was going to also, but something was just a little bit off for me. It does have a crumbly texture to it from the cheese. It's not bad, but I definitely would punch it up with some freshly squeezed lemon juice. Lemon Alfredo sauce is also back. A lot of people really enjoy this one. I'm still not a fan of jarred Alfredo sauces, but to be fair, it's one of the better ones I've had for $3.99. And you can pair that sauce with the organic lemon tortilletti pasta. I heard this has just a hint of lemon flavor, so it's very mild, but you can be consistent with a lemon-themed meal for $2.99. Not sure if this is offered year-round, but I feel like the Italian whole-peeled tomatoes with basil leaf just reappeared for $2.99. Coffee and garlic barbecue rub and seasoning is a spring and summer seasonal item, so grab it while you can for $2.49. One of my favorite items is back, the dill pickle mustard. This is so good on burgers or sandwiches for $1.99. The organic sriracha and roasted garlic barbecue sauce is also back. This used to be offered year-round, but a few years ago they made it seasonal for $3.49. Carolina Gold barbecue sauce is also available. This tastes more like a sweet mustard, more so than a barbecue sauce, but it's still delicious and $2.99. There's a new organic guava fruit spread. This starts with organically grown guavas from Brazil picked at the peak of ripeness. The fruit is simmered with organic cane sugar, fruit pectin, and a bit of water, plus ascorbic and citric acids to create a thick, bright red, tart, and tangy tropical flavor. Its sweet tart notes complement a savory roasted pork tenderloin or a grilled chicken and brie sandwich. It's great on a summer cheese board or pair it with cracker, topped with a cube of Trader Joe's unexpected cheddar cheese, or pair this with pancakes and waffles, and this is $2.99. One of my favorite granolas is back, the passion fruit granola. This has real passion fruit puree and bits of sweet tart freeze-dried raspberries. Sometimes you get actual whole pieces of raspberries, which are fun. This is so good with yogurt, and it really feels like a tropical treat. You can pair this also with the guava passion fruit yogurt that Trader Joe's carries, and this is $3.99. Strawberries and cream pancake waffle mix is back, which includes sweetened dried strawberry pieces and white chocolate chips. This tastes more like a treat than breakfast for $3.99. After a 2-year hiatus, the iconic patio potato chips are back. This includes 4 flavors: sea salt and vinegar, delicious dill, homestyle ketchup, and smoke and sweet barbecue. Each chip is giving a hearty backyard cuisine flavor. The sweetness of the homestyle ketchup plays off the sourness of the sea salt and vinegar, while the classic smoky sweet barbecue balances really well with the savory and aromatic dill. All 4 chip varieties together is supposed to taste like a barbecued hamburger for $2.99. A lot of people have been raving about the new Buffalo Ranch popcorn. They used fluffy butterfly popcorn kernels, the variety that have a wing shape and have been popped in coconut and sunflower oils and generously seasoned with a bold Buffalo Ranch seasoning. The spicy herby tangy blend is loaded with buffalo-style heat and cooled down by the creamy ranch. A 5-ounce bag is $2.99. Synergistically seasoned popcorn has returned also after 2 years. They use pop mushroom kernels. This is the puffy, rounded kind, and it's generously dusted with a seasoning blend that includes white vinegar powder, sea salt, natural smoke flavor, cayenne pepper, and cane sugar. It's a combination of heat, smoke, salt, sweet, and tangy. To me, this is just a long-winded way to say that it's barbecue flavored, and this is $2.49. The new Asian snacks keep coming. This week there's a new sweet and spicy rice cracker mix made by a supplier in Thailand who fills each pouch with crispy, crunchy rice crackers in a variety of shapes and textures. Some are smooth, some are twisty, some are ridged. Half of the crackers have been dusted in sugar, while the other half are covered in a spicy paprika and chili powder coating. Every handful has a unique ratio of some sweet and heat to it for $2.49. There are new strawberry baton wafer cookies. This is filled with a sweet tart strawberry cream that's naturally flavored with strawberry powder. The filling is encased in delicately rolled wafer cookies colored with vegetable juice, giving it a rosy swirl and some crunch. They're packed in this tin, which is perfect to take on the go to a picnic, a sports game, or the beach for $1.99. Strawberry and vanilla yogurt pretzels are also back for $3.49. The new sour strawberry candy belts are finally here. This is made by an expert gummy candy supplier in Turkey who only uses natural colors and flavors derived from fruit and vegetable juices. These chewy sugar-covered belts are supposed to have a balance of both sweet and sour strawberry flavor. I'm not sure how sour these are because some reviews have said they're really sour and some say it's mostly just sweet with a little bit of sour at the end, so it might just depend on the batch you get. Either way, they're vegan and come in a nice little tray that can be repurposed. I am very tempted to try this for $3.49. So let's take a closer look. The container is a little hard to open, which is both a good and bad thing. The shape of these thinly sliced slivers is very fun to eat, and I love the fact that it doesn't include any harmful food dyes, so I don't feel as guilty eating it. At first, I thought this was dusted with sugar, but I think it's actually sour crystals. It's low in calories. One belt is 36 calories, and because this is a long, chewy rectangle, it takes longer to eat, which makes it more satisfying, and it lasts longer than eating 2 or 3 gummies for the same amount of calories. I'd say the sour level is about a 7.5 out of 10, and the sweetness is about an 8 out of 10, and the sweetness counteracts the sourness quickly, so it's the best of both worlds and it satisfies both sweet and sour flavors. This checks all the boxes for a great movie candy to pair with popcorn. Totally worth it for $3.49, and that's coming from someone who prefers chocolate over candy. Saltwater taffy is back. These come back every year and I really wanted to like them, but it's really soft and the flavors taste artificial to me, and not in a good artificial way, even though they use vegetable and fruit juices for the food dye. But I grew up on New Jersey saltwater taffy, which is hard to compete with, and this is $2.49. Just the lobsters are back for the summer. These taste like an elevated version of Swedish fish, but they're more plump and juicy for $1.29. There's a new organic sour apple watermelon fruit leather wrap. This is made for us by the same supplier as the other organic fruit wraps. These wraps, however, are the first to go in a sweet-sour direction, combining the juiciness of watermelon with the tart tones of sour apple. I heard this is giving Jolly Rancher flavor vibes for 49 cents. By the way, if you ever want to know what the new arrivals are, each store usually has a new items or new arrivals shelf or section somewhere located in their store, which is where I found the new root beer float pieces, which takes the experience of enjoying a sweet and creamy root beer float in the form of a candy-coated sandwich cookie with popping candy to simulate the feeling of carbonation. Each piece starts with a vanilla sandwich cookie filled with popping candy, vanilla cream, and rubbed in a root beer flavored candy coating. You could eat this as is, or you could crush a few pieces and crumble this over a real root beer float. It's fun and fizzy for $3.79. S'mores clusters are one of my favorite junk food at Trader Joe's, and it's back. I love the crispy bits of the graham cracker and then the hard snappy bite of the chocolate and the little mini marshmallows for some softness. For me, more so than the flavor, I love the texture of it and have repurchased this more than I'd like to admit for $3.99. In the last video, we saw the mini dark chocolate bars with new packaging, and now the mini milk chocolate bars also now come in new packaging, which to me looks more boring. This is $2.29. Key lime tea cookies are also back. These have a sweet tart flavor with a crumbly texture that would pair well with vanilla ice cream or maybe even crushed over the key lime pie, and this is $4.79. It's officially ube season. Ube shortbread cookies are also back for $4.49, along with the ube pretzels, which were way too sweet for me, and these are $3.99, along with the ube JoJo's, which I haven't tried, but I already know it's going to be too sweet as well, for $3.69. Ube ice cream, of course, is also back. That comes in a pint, which is great as a base for ice cream sundaes because it has a nice mellow flavor like vanilla, but it tastes slightly nutty, and this is $3.79. Fudgy cookie dough ice cream is also back. This totally reminds me of a Ben & Jerry's ice cream because it's so decadent. This includes fudgy sea salt swirls with chocolate chips and little cookie dough pieces in it for $3.79. There's also a new hard top chocolate shell topping. This is a liquid ice cream topper that hardens once it's poured or drizzled over cold ice cream. It has a delicate but solid texture, and it's similar to the texture of a chocolate-dipped frozen banana. It's made with cocoa powder and real dark chocolate, including cocoa mass and cocoa butter. Store the container at room temperature and do not refrigerate, and when you're ready to use it, shake it very well. Open the flip top and pour over your bowl of ice cream or your cone. If the topping comes out too thick, warm the bottle in a bowl of hot tap water for 5 minutes and then give it a good shake and enjoy for $3.29. Root beer float bars are also back for the summer. This has a true sarsaparilla flavor and tastes more authentic and less of an artificial root beer flavor for $3.49. Tangerine cream bars are also back. These are so refreshing. The outside is like a popsicle and it has a creamy vanilla ice cream center for $3.49. There's also new raspberry, vanilla, and blueberry macarons. This combines the delicate, chewy texture of classic meringue almond-based macarons with berry flavors. Crafted for us in France, each box of 12 contains 4 raspberry macarons flavored with real raspberries, 4 vanilla macarons flavored with vanilla bean specks and other natural flavors, and 4 blueberry macarons flavored with blueberry puree and lemon concentrate. They get their red, white, and blue hues from fruit and veggie juice and spirulina extract. Allow them to thaw at room temperature for about an hour and serve. This would be great to serve for 4th of July for $5.99. One of my all-time favorite frozen desserts is back, the Japanese souffle cheesecakes. This was new last year and only in stores for like 2 weeks, so I'm definitely stocking up on it this year after I get one and do a quality check to see if it's still the same. So let's take a closer look. It's still as delicious as I remembered it. It isn't dense like an American cheesecake, but it's really light and airy and fluffy like a souffle. Flavor-wise, it's rich and creamy and also has a slight sourness to it. I taste more cream cheese than anything else, and it's sweetened with condensed milk, which adds more creaminess to it. The sweetness level I'd say is a 6 to 6.5 out of 10, which is perfect for me. You can zhuzh it up with some fresh fruit on top and whipped cream, or maybe add a thin layer of the guava spread to it. The texture might throw some people off, but for only 150 calories, I love this dessert for $3.29. Key lime pie is another seasonal item that returns in the warmer months. This is really good and has a balance of both sweet and tartness, which I love. I highly recommend this for $5.99. Peaches and cream tart is also back. They have an apple one also, which comes out during the fall, but generally speaking, this isn't really sweet despite the 17 grams of sugar. This definitely feels almost like a farm-to-table type of dessert. You can add some whipped cream or have it a la mode with a scoop of vanilla ice cream for $5.99. These small mini-sized marshmallows come back during the holidays for hot cocoa season, but the big marshmallows are back, which is perfect for s'mores for $2.99. Jalapeno limeade is also back, which a lot of people like to use to add to cocktails, or you can enjoy it by itself and make it a mocktail, and this is $2.79. Back in the refrigerated section is the spicy mango lemonade. Another great option for a mocktail or cocktail. This one has a strong kick of cayenne pepper that creeps up at the end of the sip, and this is $3.29. The red cold pressed juice, which has 100% vegetable fruit juice blend, isn't new, but now comes in new packaging in case you missed it, along with the green cold pressed juice as well. These are both $3.99 each. There's a new citrus berry herbal tea that's bright yet mellow, tart yet sweet, and it's made with dried orange peel and lemongrass, which offers a bright citrusy zing, while the dried strawberries and blackberry leaf bring the bold berry flavor. The hibiscus in it adds a tartness and beautiful red hue, and then there's dried apples and licorice root to sweeten it, and rose hips to round out the flavor profile with mellow floral notes. If you want to brew it hot, the tea's flavors unfold slowly. It's citrusy at first, then deep and slightly jammy. If it's iced, it's crisp and refreshing, making it a good choice for warmer weather. It's naturally caffeine-free, so there's no wrong time to enjoy a cup for $2.99. There's a new organic Colombia Ane Fair Trade Small Lot coffee. In Northern Colombia, there's a group of indigenous coffee farmers called Ane, which means good or delicious in their language, and they're getting worldwide recognition for their organic and sustainable full-flavored coffee. The beans for this small lot coffee are shipped by sailboat and roasted using hydroelectric power, which is very eco-friendly, and that's why you see a sailboat on the bag as a nod to their green growing methods and the adventure behind every cup. The flavor is rich dark chocolate meets juicy red fruit, and it's super smooth and here for a limited time for $9.99. Sparkling strawberry juice beverage has returned, which is always a good tried and true. You don't have to buy a 4-pack, but always have the option to buy 1 can for 99 cents. One of my favorite drinks is back, and it's the sparkling guava, which I immediately grabbed for $3.99. I know summertime is near when I see the watermelon cucumber cola return, and this is $3.49. Ever since Trader Joe's introduced the daily facial sunscreen back in 2022, everyone has been really loving the weightless invisible gel sun protection that has a smooth matte finish, so they made a body sunscreen to match. Like the facial sunscreen, this is specifically designed for quick absorption, offering fragrance-free, oil-free, oxybenzone-free, SPF 40 protection minus the greasy residue and white cast. It's also water and sweat resistant for up to 40 minutes and suitable for all skin types for $12.99. There's also a new daily facial mineral sunscreen. Like the other facial sunscreen that I just mentioned, this one offers a fragrance-free, oil-free, oxybenzone-free SPF 40 protection also, and a weightless matte finish. This one is a mineral formula which relies on non-nano zinc oxide to create a physical barrier between your skin and the sun's harmful rays, and it gently sits on top of your skin rather than being absorbed into it. Mineral sunscreens usually leave a ghostly white cast, but once applied to the face, they say this formula is nearly invisible. So if any of you can attest to this, please let us know if it's worth it for $12.99. The entire Brazil Nut Body collection is back, starting with the Brazil Nut Body Wash for $5.99, which you can then follow up and exfoliate with the Brazil Nut Body Scrub. This is $5.99, and then of course you have to moisturize with the Brazil Nut Body Butter, also for $5.99, or you could use the Brazil Nut Body Oil to moisturize, and this is $6.99. There's also a new garden party scented candle. Each candle is made with a soy wax blend and 2 lead-free cotton wicks. I was really hoping this would smell more herbal, but it smells more sweet and floral, which makes sense because they use lovely springtime scents like ripe juicy pear, fresh palm leaves, and bright sweet lilies. Enjoy this while taking a bath or put it out for a dinner party for some ambiance for $8.99. There's also a spring scented candle tin trio. This includes 3 scents: lime basil, fig and bergamot, stone fruit and jasmine, and this is $9.99. Also, be on the lookout for these new arrivals already in stores: strawberry doodle cookies for $5.49, dark chocolate thins on the go for $2.99, organic silken tofu for $2.49, the viral Dubai style dark chocolate for $3.99, passion fruit sorbet for $4.99, and spicy dynamite sauce for $2.99, and the French galette butter cookies for $3.49. Okay, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And until the next video, ciao guys!